Psychological stories about women, impactful stories about female psychology. Leave a like on the video, my love, and if you are new to the channel, subscribe to receive new advice. Do this to help the channel continue to grow. Leaving a like is all I ask as a gift. 13 signs someone is secretly in love with you. Do they like me? Okay, maybe you have this inkling that someone likes you, but you're not really 100% sure because this person is really good at hiding it. So let's dive into the signs that someone secretly likes you. Are you ready to find out more? Of course you are. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. Touching can be the simplest form of flirting any woman can use, and it is frequently done so subtly that you might not notice it's intentional. When they reach for the same piece of cutlery as you or touch your arm while they are laughing when you are seated next to each other, there's also the swipe of the leg. Now, for us girls, any chance to touch you and enter your personal space is exciting. It's also a good excuse to flex your muscles and wonder what's hidden beneath those long-sleeve shirts. The subtle physical contact that occurs when two people are interested in each other is a sure sign of chemistry and often an early indicator that romance may be on the horizon. Detect activeness. Now, a girl asking you questions is a really good sign, despite how annoying it may be to feel like you are on a talk show debuting your autobiography. Whether it's information about you, your life goals, your past, your thoughts, all of this demonstrates her interest in you and the desire to learn more about you than what first meets the eye. Women often mentally record some of these responses and save them for later use. This means she's always amazing at buying new presents for holidays, birthdays, whatever occasion, because she has remembered something that you liked, and then she delivers the goods a couple of months down the line. So basically, if she's not asking you little annoying questions almost every day, she doesn't care enough about you or the relationship, so she's not secretly in love with you. Now, on the lines of detective skills, let me give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, ExpressVPN. Anytime you browse on that, your data is available for people to buy and do with it how they please. But when you use a VPN, no one can take a sneak peek at what you are doing. And if you're like me and love a good Netflix binge but find yourself scanning through the latest shows and movies feeling like, none of this really interests me, then you can use ExpressVPN, change your Netflix location, and access shows and movies from around the world that weren't available in your previous location. And this includes watching sports shows from other locations that were not available in your actual country. So to get ExpressVPN, click the link below, and when you use this link, help yourself to your first 3 months for free. Body language. Women are very perceptive, and body language is a key indicator of whether a situation is going well or horribly wrong and needs to end. When you are having a conversation, watch how she mirrors your arms and where she positions her legs. Now, crossed arms are viewed as a barrier between the two of you. If her arms are all closed, the conversation isn't flowing the way that you want it to. There is no way you can get past this. Okay, her knees pointing towards you once you are sitting down is also a good sign. It means her body is subconsciously tuned into yours. Her body language is a strong indicator of how she is feeling, and this can help you decide how to proceed with the conversation. Personal space. Our personal spaces are now well known to us all. Everyone, as far as we're aware, has personal boundaries and a small social circle that they prefer to keep unbroken, if you will, a sanctuary. When a girl is smitten with you, she will step into this makeshift circle to get closer to you. She is allowed to press herself up against you and stroke your chest while you are in this circle. Now, one way a woman may convey her desire for you without actually saying it is in this way. So, guys, pay attention to how close a woman stands to you when she speaks to you. If you have a feeling that she's getting pretty close and ends within that little circle of yours, this is a good sign. Family. The first step a woman takes is never to introduce you to their close friends and, more importantly, their families, because they are natural homemakers. So, when they do this, you know it's serious. This is usually a safe haven for her. Now, the fact that you can go from casually dating to being in a relationship with just one visit proves how crucial and important this step is. Now, yeah, don't get me wrong. Some people may only have 1 or 2 friends or a very loose relationship with their family, but both or either are important to them. So, an introduction to someone's VIPs is a very good sign that things are going well. And her best friend as well will always be protective and may pull you aside and tell you that she will hurt you if you hurt her. So, be careful, simply nod and smile. The ride or die, her sister, best friend, or another person in her life with whom she feels completely safe and secure, would quickly be in charge of handling this task. The more time you spend with her, the more likely you are to become her go-to person. This could be anything from the first person she thinks of when she hears something like, "Win 2 tickets to wherever" on a radio station, and she wants you to be the first person to take it. It's not supposed to really feel like a job role, so don't panic thinking you need to have all of these answers and bullet points prepared for when the time comes. It happens naturally, and to be honest, if it does so without you feeling like you have to talk about it, that means you're doing something right. Food. My favorite. Asking you repeatedly, "What have you eaten today?" is one of the most telling signs. A girl is conveying her concern, feelings, and desire to be with you. The idea behind it is actually really cute and endearing, and perhaps even a little bit silly it may sound. When you don't eat, you're not taking care of yourself. Simple. And then you become ill with hunger pains. So, if a girl asks you if you've eaten that day, she's really asking if you've taken care of your body and giving your body what it needs to produce energy throughout the day. It's not so much the actual question of whether you have eaten as the thought behind it. Have you taken care of yourself today? This shows that she cares about your well-being. Jealousy. This one is for a select few women, since the majority of the women we spoke to report that they no longer feel jealousy as they age. Nevertheless, a sizable number of women have acknowledged that they experience jealousy when they are waiting for a guy to initiate contact. Now, imagine meeting a person, and as you get to know them, your feelings grow. However, you are a little too shy to actually tell that person how you feel. So, you decide to wait for them to ask you out. And whilst you're waiting impatiently for them to ask you out, another person shows up and starts to show interest in your person. Now, the green-eyed monster will turn around and stare you down. So, take note of the hint that the girl is waiting for you to make the first move. If you are around and she starts to act jealous, also when another female is mentioned in a conversation, a woman's facial expressions often shift to the sour end of the spectrum, which is a very easy telltale sign. The future. Listen up before you go off the deep end and run for the hills, because I know this one can sound very intimidating. Plans for the future can range simply from, "We should totally go to that new restaurant and watch this new movie that's just come out," to, "Let's make a plan and get married if we're not married to someone else by 30 and go on holiday every single year and have 2 children. There is a spectrum, okay? So, don't be alarmed. But making any sort of future plans with you is a very good sign that she is secretly interested in you. And yeah, it may sound scary to think about, but when it comes down to it, making plans for the future together can be one of the most amazing things that you can do in a relationship. Communicating. She may be interested in you if she is constantly flooding your phone with texts, Snapchats, Instagram comments, and likes. Once you reach a certain point, girls start to find comfort and pleasure in talking to you more than they do in what you're actually saying. She is simply pleased to be speaking with you in general and doesn't require a deep conversation. That said, having those in-depth, meaningful conversations is also crucial. She can determine where you think she fits into your life by asking you if you feel secure enough to share your fears with her. Is she significant enough to receive news before anyone else? Plans. She is attempting to spend as much time as possible with you. If she involves you in activities that may seem dull to you, for instance, she asks you to go shopping with her or to take her on a simple walk in the park to get her recommended daily amount of steps. Now, she's clearly capable of completing these tasks independently and most likely in less time, right? Which is extending them in order to spend as much time as possible with you whilst also getting her to-do list done. Or she could constantly ask you what your plans are so that she can see if you are available to make plans with her. Yes, this can be annoying at times, but it's a clear sign that she's into you and wants to be around you at all times. The flirting. Have you ever been in a situation with a lady friend where you are hanging out, and you start to notice that the jokes and the banter start to become a little more flirtatious than usual? This is because she has grown fond of you over the course of the friendship and wants you to know it without her having to express it directly. She's showing you more and more flirtatious references and compliments as she develops feelings for you. She's given you these hints in the hopes that you will pick them up, flirt with her in return, or even ask her out on a date. Giggles. This one really needs no explanation. Consider those teen characters and those comedies about romance who giggle at literally everything that a guy says. Why do you think she acts that way? Well, she can't help but restrain herself around him because of her feelings for him, even though what he is saying may not actually be that funny. Although, yep, sounds ridiculous, a girl's natural reaction when she's around someone who makes her happy is to laugh or giggle. She may be laughing nervously because she's experiencing just too many emotions and is very unsure of how to actually react. If a woman laughs at everything you say, this is a very good sign that she is smitten with you. If you've made it this far, my love, comment below with the word 100% or something else to let me know, to confirm that you've received the knowledge from the video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video and share it later. Let's continue. 10 signs she seriously likes you. Do you have doubts about whether she likes you or just enjoys your company? Do you feel like you're getting mixed signals, and it's making your head spin? Now, women aren't the most straightforward characters on the planet, so we totally get it when you say you are out of your depth and confused about her feelings for you, especially if she's not the type to tell you straight up, hey, I like you. And it often leaves you guessing. In this day and age, it can be difficult to figure out what a woman is truly thinking or feeling, so we've tried to simplify it the best way we can. We've prepared a list of 10 things that she really likes you for you to check off if you are confused about how a woman feels towards you. Take some time to look through these subtle signs she is likely to display if she has strong feelings for you. Like and subscribe. Constant communication. Do you find that the more you get to know each other, the faster her texts come through on your phone? Perhaps you've graduated from a few Snapchats per day to FaceTime, or she started to randomly call you while she's walking the dog just to chat. Women who like you always want to be in constant communication with you. And with social media, it's never been easier. Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, iMessage, and WhatsApp, all of these apps allow us to instantly communicate with people across the world, and she's using them to talk to you as fast and as often as she can. As such, it can be argued that modern technology has allowed us to build stronger relationships than ever before. Despite the fact that we may never physically meet most of the people we communicate with on these apps, they can still provide us with a deep connection and understanding of one another. Sign 2, meet the family. Women don't always introduce Tom, Dick, and Harry to their close friends and, more importantly, their family because they are natural homemakers. She feels safe among her people. Now, this step is crucial and quite important because it can quickly transform casual dating into a committed relationship. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people may only have 1 or 2 friends or a loose relationship with their family, but both or either are important to them, so an introduction is really good. It's a sign that things are going amazing. Beware of the best friend. She will always be watchful and will likely threaten you by saying, if you hurt her, I'll hurt you. Now you don't need to get defensive or stop flexing your muscles because it is obvious. Just smile and nod. Depending on the BFF, threats may change. Questions. Being questioned by a girl is a really good sign despite how annoying it may be to feel like you're on a talk show introducing your new book. If it's about you, your goals in life, your past, or your thoughts, it doesn't matter. She is clearly interested in you and is making an effort to learn more about you than is immediately apparent. By doing this, some of the responses are frequently mentally recorded by women and stored for later use. Take for example the chocolate donut you purchased from a particular store maybe 4 years ago. Unexpectedly presenting it to you one day. Not a huge surprise, but she is extremely surprised by the intimate information and it's important to you. She may take this as a sign that you pay attention to details and remember small moments, which could be interpreted in a variety of ways as an act of love or as someone who notices and values all the little things. Ride or die. Normally, someone she is very close to and feels completely safe and secure around would handle this job, such as the sister, best friend, or another close family member. The more time you spend with her, the more likely you are to become her go-to person. This could be the first person she wants to tell about her day or the first person that comes to mind when she hears a radio advertisement for the chance to win 2 tickets to something. It's not supposed to feel like a job role, by the way, so don't freak out and think you need to have all of these answers and bullet points prepared for when the time comes. It just happens naturally, and to be honest, if you feel as though it is easy, that probably means you're doing something right. And when you feel like you've become the go-to person in someone's life, it can be both a blessing and also a burden. Food. Asking you repeatedly, "What have you eaten today?" is one of the most telling behaviors a girl can engage in to convey her feelings for you and her desire to be with you. The idea behind it is actually very endearing and adorable despite how simple and perhaps even a little bit silly it may seem to some. You aren't really taking care of yourself when you don't eat right, and you can frequently feel ill as a result. Hunger pains. So, when a girl asks you if you've eaten that day, she's really asking you if you've taken care of yourself and giving your body the fuel it needs to function. Yes, may sound small, but asking if you've eaten that day is an incredibly meaningful gesture. Time. Girls are extremely afraid of rejection, which is something you must know. As a result, if you two have become friends and want to do more stuff together, she won't just ask you out on a date right away. Instead, she will gradually begin to make suggestions about what you two should do that could be taken as a date. She might, for instance, inquire as to whether you'd like to see the most recent movie at the theater, which you might both find interesting. She might declare herself to be hungry and ask if you want to go and get some food. She might even ask you to help her run errands. This way, she can get to know you better and go on unofficial dates with you without directly asking if you two have feelings for one another. Touches. A woman finds it impossible to keep her hands off you when she is in love with you. She may touch her arm as she passes by or places her hands on your knees as you are both seated down. She finds comfort in the idea of being close to you and making physical contact with you, which also demonstrates her intense interest in you. She always has the option to use this for sexual purposes because she is aware that it will make you agitated and make you feel hot and clammy under the collar. She may touch your thigh while speaking to you. The way hands move across your body, either purposefully or intentionally, is a sign that a girl is infatuated with you. You can tell that a girl is lusting after you by the way her hands move across your body, whether on purpose or accident. Giggles. Actually, this one is self-explanatory, isn't it? Consider the teen characters in romantic comedies who go forwards at every word a man says. Do you know why she acts in that way? Well, she finds it difficult to restrain herself around him because of her feelings for him, despite the fact that he's not making any sense. May sound ridiculous, but a girl will naturally laugh or giggle when she is around someone who makes her happy. It might be a nervous laugh, meaning she is experiencing too many emotions and is unsure of how to act. Simply put, if a woman giggles at everything you say, it's a very good indication that she has feelings for you. Talk about a confidence boost, right? Laughing is a sign of attraction and happiness, so when a woman laughs at your jokes, she's likely really enjoying your company. Turning red. When you are embarrassed, blushing is a natural physical reaction. It occurs when blood vessels in your skin's top layer flush, giving your cheeks a rosy pink hue. Now, this can take place when you become overheated and your body tries to cool it down, or it can take place when you are embarrassed or shy. 9 times out of 10, a girl will blush a lot around you if she likes you and is nervous around you. Blushing is an involuntary and uncontrollable reaction. So, when it does occur, you can take comfort in knowing that it's a sign of your body responding to positive feelings. Personal circle. We are all aware of our personal spaces. Now, everyone, as far as we're aware, have personal boundaries and a small figurative circle that they prefer others not to cross, even if you will. A girl will enter this imaginary circle when she's infatuated with you in order to be right next to you. She can touch your chest, your hair, and lean close to you inside that circle. This is one of the ways a woman will express her desire for you without actually saying it. To tell if a woman is smitten with you, watch how close she is to you when she speaks. If she's standing within that imaginary circle, this could be a strong indication that she is deeply, deeply interested in you. And here's a bonus tip: jealousy. When you mention a girl nearby, pay attention to how she responds. Can you tell if she's stressed by the way she moves? Is there a raised brow of interest? All of these indications point to the fact that she wants to be more than just friends with you. And the fact that you brought up another woman might indicate that you don't feel the same way. This isn't the case most of the time though. A coworker or an absolute stranger could be the woman in question. However, if another girl is mentioned, the green-eyed monster will occasionally rear its ugly head. It almost seems like this girl is threatening to assert her dominance and is getting ready to defend her man.